In this video, we are going to discuss about the user stories. If you are a tech founder and if your user stories are not aligned with the business goals or how to write the user stories that is not aligned, then definitely your development won't be able to give the output that you want or that business wants. So this is basically the important factor of you can say that development. So in this video, we are going to discuss a lot more about user stories. But if you are the tech founder, then this video is going to be very important for you, because in this video, we are going to discuss about what is user story. As a tech founder, you should know that what is user stories and all that. The second thing we are going to discuss about the how to write the like you can say the format of the user story. Then I'm going to give you the tips of writing user stories, like how to write the user stories, correct user stories, and all that. And then the fourth one is really very important. That is something like how to write the user stories using ChatGPT. Because if you have a you can say that one team or two team, then definitely you don't need to hire a scrum master or a product owner to write the user stories, but now you can write the user stories using ChatGPT. So I'm going to tell you about all these things. So watch this video till the end. Hey, my name is Amit. I am a you can say that I'm helping tech founders to deliver the product, customer centric product uh, to the users. Okay, now let's go and discuss about one by one about the user stories. First point is, what is user story? Now let's suppose you are starting a development and you are giving a task to your development team and all these things. If they don't know what you are going to deliver to your customer, how they will write the code, you can know that. And definitely if they don't know uh, what is the outcome is going to be happen for this particular task, then they will definitely know, not writing the good code or right code. So you have to, you can say that giving the task to them, it's a user story. Okay, and we have to write the user story in such a way that very simple, or you can say that whatever the feature requirement we are going to tell them, we have to write them in that format. Okay, so this is something like you can say that user story is the unit of the feature what exactly we need to build for our customer. Okay, so now second thing is the format of writing the user stories. So there is multiple, you can say, that format of writing the user stories, but what is the, you can say, the very minimum, or you can say the very clear writing the format of the user story is just a simple. Whenever you are writing the user story, you always focus on the for which user we are creating the user story. So means like, as a user means, let's suppose if you are writing a user story for your Google login. So what you can do, as a Google user or as a Gmail user or as a Facebook user. Now the second step is I want to do. So you have to write a user story in such a way that you are the user of using that particular story. Means, let's suppose I'm a Google user. As a Google user, I want to log in into my system, or whatever you can say, into the my app or something like that, whatever you want to write. So now the third factor is so that I can do whatever they want to do. So if I'm writing a user to log in as a Google, then what you can do, as a user, as a Google user, I want to log in with my app, so I can access my dashboard, I can access my account. So something like that, you have to write the user story and in that format. If you are writing this user story in this format, then definitely it will help you. So now if you are writing this story in this format, what is going to be happen? So as you see that this is something like it is fulfilling the user need. The whatever is your customer, it is definitely fulfilling the customer. No technical tasks, nothing, no technical jargons, and something like that. It is something very clear that whoever is going to use that functionality, how to use that functionality, and what exactly he has to do and what he has to achieve in that. So this is really very important. So now let's discuss about the third point is how to write the effective user story. So now there is a format of writing a user story that we called is invest criteria. So invest criteria is something like we are going to discuss about each and everything. Okay, so invest. The first thing, first I, just a sec, INVEST. Okay, I hope you can see that. Okay, so now first it independent. Independent means like a user story should not be dependent on any other user story. I have seen a lot of like you can say the tech founder or the product owner who is writing the user story like user story 1 is dependent on user story 2, user story 2 is dependent on user story 3, but this is not the correct way. The whatever the user story you are writing, this is independent user story. This should not be dependent on the other user story. Yes, it can be dependent, but there are a lot of factors. The point over here, whenever we go into the development, this should not hamper your work. This should not be blocker of your user story. Now, the second is negotiable. Negotiable means basically is that mean whatever the user story you are writing, it should be collaborative with your customer, with your development team, and all these things. So means it should not be strict that okay we have to do this and we have to no. It's something like what your customer need, what your development is saying. There are a lot of dependency of the development team, all these things. So you have to be very negotiable about this writing the user story. Okay. The third is valuable. Valuable means whatever the user story you are writing, this should deliver a value to your customer. If this is delivering the value to your customer, then definitely it will help you to you can say that it is very important for you. Okay, now third is estimable. EST. Okay, spelling can be mistake. Okay, so don't worry, but it is estimable. Okay, now see, estimable means is this user story should be estimable, like developer can see and he can say that okay how much time it will take, what are the efforts it's going to be taken, or what are the like you can say that what are the dependencies that, and all these things should be measured in that estimable, like a very easy and estimable should be there. Now the third is S is small. The every user story should be small. Like let's suppose if you have the 3 login on your app. Now let's suppose what you can do, either you can create a one story saying that okay as a user I should be able to log in via Google, Facebook, LinkedIn and all these things. No, this is not the correct user story. You have to create the story for each login, the separate user story. Yes, definitely you can create an epic or feature like as a user I should be able to log in my system using this handler or something like that. But when you go to the user stories, then you have to write the user story in the very small format that should not be dependent on other. Now, the next is testable. The user story should be testable. I hope you can understand the testable means like the user story should be able to test with a particular feature and something like that. Okay, so these are the format that you have to follow in writing your user stories. If you are clear about that, I hope I explained you very good manner. But if you're not, please you can write the comment and you can ask your question. I'm happy to help you. Now the last point is writing the user story using the ChatGPT. This is really very important for you guys because what is going to be happen, this is something like very, you can say the very easy and you can definitely write that. So now what you have to, I'm going to give you the prompt in the description, but first of all let's understand about the ChatGPT. Whatever the input you are going to, the ChatGPT is going to give the output accordingly. So what prompt I basically use to write the user stories is basically what I do, I only ask to the ChatGPT that you write the prompt for that. So what I do is act as a agile user story writing expert, because if you give the you can say that if you give the chat gpt the expert thing, then definitely it will help you, like the chat gpt will act like that. So what you can do, act as an agile story writing expert, create a prompt to write a user story that fulfill the invest formula for what is the feature for that, whatever, like a login a user via LinkedIn account. And so this will be something like the feature that you want to build, and reuse that prompt and create a user story. If you write this into the prompt like a chat gpt, then definitely it will help you to give the output and whatever the desired user story. So I hope this video make you a lot of sense or a lot of understanding about the writing the user stories, and you can write the user story your own using the chat gpt. If you have any question, please feel free to write the comment, or whatever you have learned in this video, please put into the comment. If you really like this video, then like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to my channel so you can get the next video notification. Thank you, and see you in the next video.